It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning and welcome to the... Good morning. Let's try that again.
Are you having a tough time?
Good morning. Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. Boy, it's Friday and I'm glad it is. Of course, it's going to be a busy weekend. Holy cow.
It is. It's been a busy week. Going into a busy weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, by the way. Whoop, whoop.
I'm Bob Recktenwald. That's Scooter Whoop Whoop Callies. We're glad you joined us this morning. Join us now as we go to a morning word of prayer. Brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. 29 locations to serve you. One in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect, is how they do business. For Nada Jenkins-Bila and her staff all across the state of Arkansas do a wonderful job with what they do, and it's a job that I couldn't handle. Right now, let's go to the morning prayer. Father God, just thank you for the day that you've given us, and thank you for holding off the rain until later this evening or early tomorrow morning so the graduations in our area can get handled and finished. And Lord, we just thank you for the sunshine and the ability for things to dry up a little bit so farmers and us lawn care folks can get some things done. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with all of the students that are graduating tonight in our area. And we pray that you will be with the administrators and the the students that are finishing up their school year this next week. Lord, as always, I like to pray for the firefighters, the policemen, the first responders, the EMTs, the doctors, the nurses. Keep them safe as they are here. You have given them the wisdom, the knowledge to keep us safe. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And now we'll hear a quick word from Bob and Linda Zdora of the Z Team at Century 21 LeMac Realty here in Mountain Home. 870-405-0793 is their number. Give them a call, but here's Bob.
Hi, it's Bob Zdora of the Z Team at Century 21 LeMac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Each and every morning we like to take a look at probably one of the best shots of scenery in Mountain Home, in the area, in Baxter County. And it's a shot from Marion County back into Baxter County. And that's brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zdora. Each morning, we call that God's country. If you'd like to get yourself a piece of God's country, you're not going to get this piece. You might if the price was right.
You never know.
But you never know. But give Bob and Linda Zdora a call at 870-405-0793. They can help you out with your real estate needs. If you're looking to list, be sure you're ready to go somewhere because houses are still selling quite quickly in this area. If you look at this picture off to the right at 1 o'clock, you'll see the old witch's hat, the water tower from Cotter. Way off in the horizon is the state of Missouri. Over to your left is the Bull Shoals area, and you can just barely see the Bull Shoals tower.
It's resetting.
Now it's resetting. There we go. Bull Shoals tower will be off to your left. City of Mountain Home is off to your right. And that right there is one of the best shots in Baxter County.
Besides this one.
Besides that one. Yeah, I really like this one. That's one of my favorites right there. Because you can see the water moving, and I think that just sets it really nice. The baseball field there at the City of Cotter. Retiredarkansas.net. Go to their live video clip, and you can see these. This camera will move around 10 or 15 different shots throughout the time period before it recycles again. But retiredarkansas.net. Check them out. Realtors you would recommend to a friend. 870-405-0793. Bob and Linda Zdora. Let's take a look at the weather. Temperatures around the area. Mountain Home is 73. Harrison 74. Batesville is 73. Yellville 74. Marshall 72. Salem 71. Mountain View 72. Calico Rock 73. West Plains, Missouri 71. Springfield, Missouri 71. Poplar Bluff, Missouri, 74, and St. Louis at 70. Look at the live radar. Scroll on out here. Let's get this all lined up so we can see the whole great US of A. Nothing at all in our area going on. A little bit of something in Ohio and Pittsburgh, but by the time you got there, it'd be gone unless you're flying a real quick jet. Some up in St. Paul, Minnesota, Madison, Wisconsin, a little bit around Des Moines, Iowa. Not a whole lot to worry about. This right here, though, is snow.
They can have it. I don't want any part of that.
Bismarck, North Dakota, Denver, Colorado, up in Montana, there's some snow. So if you want to go see some snow, travel west, young man. Well, let's click over here. Hail reports. Nice.
There's no warning, so they gave the hail reports.
From yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the size of that hail, though.
2.75
Poseyville, Indiana,
inches.
2.75 inches. Maceo, Kentucky, 1.75. Hill, High Top, Kentucky, 1.25. Owensboro. I'd say Kentucky got nailed with hail yesterday.
Jeez.
Just say hail, yes. Collinsville, Illinois, 0.90. St. Anne, Missouri, 0.75. You know, that's a good, 0.75 is what? Nickel size?
Yeah.
Wow.
I bet that did some damage.
I bet. And what we have here, Scooter. With
Mainly just high wind warnings. That's the tan you're seeing.
And this right here is air quality, I guess.
That is the
Red flag.
Red flag warning.
Red flag.
But for our area, there'll be some little bit of high winds here and there, but that's it.
Had some high winds out at my house this morning. 7-day forecast. Today, high of 86, mostly sunny. Slight chance of thunderstorms and chance of showers. Low of 68. We hope that is after 10 tonight. Saturday, chance of showers, then thunderstorms likely. High of 83. Saturday night, thunderstorms. Low of 52. Sunday, chance of storms 30%. High Sunday, 66. Well, if that rain holds off, be a good day to get something done out in the yard. Sunday night, slight chance of thunderstorms, low of 52. Monday, 68 degrees, chance of thunderstorms. Monday night, 50% chance of storms, low of 58. And then Tuesday, 70% chance of storms, high of 71. We're back in the storm zone, it sounds like.
I was looking up the hourly, and there's a slight chance between 7 and midnight. Midnight's when it looks like it could really.
But then it's supposed to quit around 4.
Yeah.
So that would be nice. On Tuesday, low Tuesday night's going to be 59. Wednesday, 50% chance of showers, mostly cloudy, high near 72. Wednesday night, low around 56, and then high on next Thursday, high around 74, but still rain. Little chance of rain of every day next week.
But it's going to cool down a little bit.
I'd take a little bit of both, but we can live without a little rain for a while. Pollen today, tree pollen is high, none tomorrow, none on Sunday. That'd be good. Grass pollen is high today, moderate tomorrow, moderate on Sunday, no ragweed to speak of.
I'm excited because tree pollen is what gets me, so
Yeah.
I'd like to see it disappear.
I'm not sure what it is that gets me, but I need to figure it out so I can stay away from it.
I did all the allergy testing and all that stuff, and it's just there's a couple trees that bother me. The main ones that we got, of course, but
Norfolk Lake, 571.65, 19.65 feet above full pool. Could not get through this morning. I'll try again during the break. Bull Shoals, 685.99, 26.99 feet above full pool of 659. You know, that water is just up.
yeah.
Let's see, but we're still down from where it was in 2020 by 6 feet.
Yeah. We're up a little bit from last year, though.
But we're up from last year. We're up about 5 feet, 5.5 feet up from last year. Let's go back to Bulls.
I mean, at this time, but if you look, last year it did keep climbing for a little bit.
Yeah, it went up to 689 at its peak.
So it just depends on when we peak out.
Yeah. Last year we peaked out in June. But the way that climb is looking, with all the rain that's coming, we'll probably meet or exceed the peak. Let's go to Norfolk.
Yeah, we might. Yeah.
This year over last, Lake Norfolk, we are 4 feet, just a little over 4 feet above where we were last year at this time. And we're 6 feet down from where we were in 2020. I didn't realize that that's what that graph was. I'm glad that works like that. Anyway, that is the weather update brought to you by Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z team of Century 21 here in Mountain Home. Century 21 LeMac Realty. Give them a call, 870-405-0793, or check them out at retiredarkansas.net. We'll be back in just a minute.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
I'm Henry K.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. The Bull Shoals Dam is running 4 generators at this time, and Norfolk is running none. Scooter, it's the night that all the high school seniors in the area have been waiting on. It'd be graduation.
Some already had it.
3 schools graduated last week. There's 3 more schools in our area that will graduate tonight. Mountain Home will graduate somewhere in the neighborhood of 350. Get my voice ready. 315 graduates tonight. It'll start at 8 o'clock. It's at Bomber Stadium. Bakersfield will start their graduation at 6 o'clock tonight. They're graduating 39. 39. I believe that's going to be in the gymnasium there in Bakersfield. Gainesville High School will graduate 32, and that will be at the Breeding Stadium there in Gainesville, and that starts at 7:30. So how about that?
There you go.
Let me look here and see. We have Mountain Home High School will recognize 31 summa cum laude graduates, 35 magna cum laude graduates, 17 cum laude graduates, cum laude. Friday night, summa cum laude honors are GPA higher than 4.0. Magna cum laude is GPA between 3.75 and 4.0, and cum laude are 3.5 and 7.499. How about that? And there's a whole list of them, and I won't read them all. What I was trying to find is they don't do valedictorian. Bakersfield, I was looking for where they held that at for sure, and I believe it is in their gym. Co-valedictorians in Gainesville are Haley Donnelly and Anastasia Goodson. Salutatorian is Landry Jenkins. Gainesville received over $705,000 in scholarship for their seniors, so that's pretty exciting.
That's
for them,
awesome.
for sure. Go back here for a minute. Yesterday, David mentioned that there was a reward set out for a stolen truck. That truck has been found abandoned in the state of Oklahoma. And we're glad that happened. Hopefully the truck's not too damaged and it can be repaired. That'd be great for them. The silver alert that David also spoke about yesterday for the missing man from Cotter, that has been lifted. He was found yesterday afternoon in Haytime, Missouri. How about that? Good for him. I understand he's not in the best of condition. They found him in the woods. His truck was parked at the side of the road, and they found him in the woods. So one thing for sure, he doesn't have any family members in the area, but I know that the friends he has here are grateful that people were on the lookout for him. And that Amber Alert thing, the Amber Alert and the Silver Alert, those things really work.
They do.
If they can get him out quick enough with enough information, it's really something that works out really well. So I want to mention that Mountain Home had 3 athletes go to the decathlon over in Fayetteville. Robert Dover, Dylan McBride, and Lauren Chafin all participated in that. Yellville had 4. I'm sure we'll visit with Coach Steve Jones here at the bottom of the hour, and we'll talk about his competitors that went to the heptathlon. Heptathlon is the way they say it. So,
Okay.
anyway, that's Friday. We'll be back with This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora in just a moment. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Henry Campfield, your candidate for Baxter County Sheriff. I'm a veteran, a family man with over 20 years of law enforcement experience. If you are ready for positive change in your community, I humbly ask for your support May 24th in the Republican primary.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Hello, I'm Shannon Felicia, and I'm talking to you, the Baxter County citizen. I'm a military man, a veteran, a family man with over 25 years military experience in civil engineering, and I'm asking for your vote on May the 24th in the Republican primary to elect me, Shannon Felicia, as your next Baxter County judge.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time now for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora. How are you, sir?
I'm great. Another great week.
Now, you're starting to sound like Scooter when you start talking about being great. Because, you know, he is the GOAT.
Yeah, well, that's true. I can't compete with that. I agree with him. If he says he's the GOAT, he is the GOAT.
That's right.
So in the mornings, we're going to start hearing "mah" instead of whoop, whoop.
No, I'm going to stay with my whoop whoop. May add a trumpet.
No, we won't do that. One trumpet in, one bob out.
We get the GOAT call. We get the goat call instead of the trumpet.
I'm wavering what's worth it. No.
Take your pick. It's not a hard
Pick your
choice.
poison. What's it going to be?
How's real estate been this past week?
It's been, we're still busy. We put up 3 listings this week. Some nice houses. People calling, trying to see what this is all about. Sometimes we're up like 5 houses this week over last week, and it's been a steady increase, over the past, through all of April, and now through this far in May. So more houses are coming on the market, which is partly more houses are coming on the market because not as many are selling. although we had a great week this week. And so that's going to increase the market, the number of homes that are on the market. What we're going to see, people coming in, they can be a little more choosy now. They're not as sure. You don't have the pressure. It seemed like when there was only a few houses, people would just buy it, and then, then they're going to look back. And if you're going to live in a house for a while, you're going to be fine. We're going to see how this inflation works out. We're going to see, you're touching $6 for gas in a lot of places, and then they look here, and that makes a big difference when you look at the taxes, the property taxes, and how they're going to go up because of inflation. And they look here, that makes a big difference for people. And because you can make up the difference in that mortgage just on the fees that you're not paying here that you're paying in other places. There's a little charge on your cell phone for 911. You go to Chicago, there's like 15 charges on there. That's really what it is. It's all these insidious little taxes that you don't see, that you never had anything to do with, that these city councils and county government and state government just keeps adding on to the water bills and the gas bills, the cell phone bills, your cable bill. Any place they can stick a tax, they do. And it's little stuff, it's 3 cents, nickel, quarter type things, a tenth of a percent, all of that adds up. And we are nowhere, while we pay our taxes here, obviously, because we have to run the government. People who think that they can say, well, we're just going to abolish these taxes. No. Yeah. And you're silly to say that, and even sillier to believe that somebody could do that. To be able to do that, you got to be able to run the government. People demand services. And we're going to we've been blessed here in a lot of ways that we've gotten by for a long time. Look at the road guys. When our road guys go out to work on something, there's not 2 miles of barrels and flashing lights and big warning signs and everything else. They go out there, they park the pickup truck a little crooked, and they go out and they fix whatever it is.
Drop a cone or two.
Exactly. And people are smart. They say, oh, look, they're working there. I'll slow down. I'll move into the middle lane a little bit, whatever it may be. You don't have Uncle Guido's cone system going down there.
Personal.
And that's really where a lot of the money goes to waste. We don't have this,
right,
nowhere near that kind of problem.
Watchful
here.
Spending.
Yes. And the elected officials that we have, they're very aware of that, because they're here. You see them, and they know that somebody's going to go up and say, hey, what is this tax about? And they can explain what it's about.
For the last few weeks, we've been kind of dissecting a real estate contract. And one of the things that I've noticed have changed since the 80s into the 90s and on forward is time of possession.
Yes.
How much have you seen it change over the years that you've been?
There used to be more like delayed occupancies because people, except for the past few years here, people may not even start to look until they had an offer on the house and they knew that they were going to be selling. So they would want 10 days, maybe 15 days, depending upon circumstances and where it is they're going to go to. Because they knew that they could go out and find a house in 2-3 days, they could find another house. Or they could go up to Cleveland, back to the old neighborhood, and find a house up there within a day or two. Well, now you can't do that.
Right.
So, and the person who's buying that house, they need that house now because theirs is selling. Or they're living in their trailer, they're living in their RV, they're living in a hotel. When it was in the 80s and 90s, well, early 2000s, right up to the past couple of years when the market got all nutsy, you could do that.
You could estimate a closing date of April 1st and possession May 1st.
Exactly. And you would just write that right in there. There's a delayed occupancy contract addendum that goes with the contract, and it explains it on it. Sometimes there may be a little rent on there. Sometimes there may be, it's going to be $5 a day, $50 a day, whatever they agree on. And make sure that you keep your homeowner's insurance, that you, as the new buyer, you keep homeowner's insurance, and they have renter's insurance on their property, and who's going to pay the utilities for that month, stuff like that.
All things that are doable.
Oh yeah, everything's doable.
And when people are coming from out of state, they're going to want to They want possession as soon as possible because, like I say, they may be living in a travel trailer.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And so that's changed a great deal, and that's why when we go to talk to somebody when we're listed in their house, first question I've asked them for the past couple of years has been, what's plan B? Where are you going to go? Have you been there? Have you looked at the real estate market there? Do you know how volatile that market is there? What's their average time on market for what's available?
Mm-hmm.
You know, people want to, well, I want to live in this area. Well, there may only be 3 houses in there. You know, I mean, you need to research some of this stuff. And we've done a great job with doing referrals, Century 21 being the nationwide company that it is. And we can see some of the back of the house stuff, see some of the agents, see what kind of awards that they've got, things like that. And, you know, people that are senior real estate specialists, people that have a specific skill set, we can help set those people up, set our seller who's leaving here to become a buyer there, wherever there may be.
Right.
Century 21's got a presence there. And if they don't, there's other company-related things, or even mom-and-pop places. We go to national conventions for Realtor, and we meet agents from all over the place. And so we know, you know, that this guy's a good guy. You know, this girl, she was the best when we were talking to her, and she's got a good background, and I think that they'll fit good with the Kowalskis that are going back to Chicago, whatever the case may be.
With the closing dates, are they pretty, if you say you want to close, how quick can you sell me a house and we can close?
Right now, it's shrunk down some because the refis are out of the market. People aren't refinancing their houses because they're not going to refi at 5.5%. Mm-hmm. So that's making a big difference with the closing companies. You can get stuff done. There's a couple that have closed like within 2 weeks.
And again, we've mentioned this probably every week since I started doing this with you. Pre-approval.
Oh yeah.
And keep it current.
And that's saying that you've got all your ducks in a row, that you have been pre-approved recently, that the bank knows, you know, where your funds are going to come from. Because even people like, you know, we've talked about people who say, well, I'm going to pay cash. Well, you can't come in with a bag of dead presidents and put it on the table. You know, and nobody's going to do that. I mean, they're just not. They're going to do some sort of financing, and nobody's got that many dead presidents sitting under the bed anymore. They're going to not sleep well for a little bit, trying to get the right soft spot again. So they're either going to sell some stocks. They're going to take a loan on on investments that they have in other places. They got a big account at Schwab, so they're just going to borrow on that money, using that as collateral. But all that takes a little while. So you need to have all that stuff set up. Your broker needs to know, this is what we're going to do. When the time comes, this is what we're going to do, and I need a letter saying that we can't do that. All that makes a big difference.
Which will speed up your closing date.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Appraisals
take probably the longest to get done, because they've been backed up, but they're loosening up a little bit again because of the refis, because they had to go out for the banks and check all those properties that were getting refinanced. They all had to be appraised to make sure that they're not giving away more money than the house is worth.
Mm-hmm.
So but if it's something that can be done, we can get it done in 2 weeks.
So if you're moving in from out of the area, your house is already sold, you've got money sitting in escrow somewhere waiting to be spent.
Yep.
Now's the time to do it.
Now is the time to do it. I mean, the rates aren't going to go down in the foreseeable future. I think that we're going to see continued increases because the inflation just keeping up, and that's the way they've chosen to fight it, is through slowing down the process of people borrowing money. If you can't borrow money, then you can't buy as much stuff, which will cool off the economy. But then you're trying to hit that sweet spot between just slowing down inflation and causing a recession.
Right.
And this is kind of like the gang that can't shoot straight in there right now. So I don't. I wish I had more faith. We'll see what happens. I mean, we've got to think good thoughts. That's all we can do anyway. And it's not all gloom and doom. You know, life goes on. You know, we're talking. People are still having babies. People are still getting married. People are still finding new jobs. I'm tired of living in mom's basement, and we're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna find a little house someplace and do stuff, and that's going to go on.
Right.
You know, that's always going to be the case. People, I mean, we've been in this house for 10 years. We got 2 more kids than we had when we moved in here. We need to find someplace else, and you know.
Let's take a look at your numbers.
This week in real estate, there we are. And an aside, we don't own Century 21. We talk about that occasionally. We work at Century 21. Jewel does a great job. We're very happy to be there. Don't own Century 21. So when you say, oh, I listed with you. No, you got to call the Z team to list with us. So just file that away. This week in real estate, there were 49 new listings came on the market, 11 commercial properties, 10 parcels of land, 28 homes came on the market. They ranged in price from $49,000 to $1.2 million. 8 of those 28 have taken backups. So you can see there's still a big interest. Average price coming on the market this week is $266,000. There were 38 sales, 9 parcels of land, 29 homes sold. They ranged in price from $35,000 to $595,000. Average sale price this week was $221,000 with 58 days on market. So some of those were done in that like 2-week period. That's 58 days is really, really short. I think that's the shortest number I've seen. But $6.4 million in residential real estate closed this past week. 6 properties expired, 19 had price changes, that number's up a little bit. 106 pending, and that's up a little bit too. Currently, there's 172 homes on the MLS, so we picked up 5 from last week. They range in price from $23,000 to $2.5 million. Year-to-date comparison sales for 2022, there's been 439 homes have sold for $96.5 million. Average sale price of $219,000 with 90 days on market. For 2021, there had been 427 homes that sold for $79.4 million. Average sale price of $186,000 with 96 days on market. So the market's still moving ahead, and we're part of it. I mean, we're in there all the way. We received our 3rd President's Award from Century 21. We're double diamond winners for the 3rd year in a row for that, and we're here to help you out. I mean, that's what we do. Best thing to do is to call my honey. She's at 870-405-0793. The website's retiredtoarkansas.net. I know Linda and Gil were working on something yesterday, coming up with a new addition to that with better, easier to find information, so that we'll let you know when that
happens.
Gets developed. Yep.
There you go.
So
I had another question, but I don't know that we have time, so I'll carry it over for next week, and
okay.
I'll give you a little forewarning what it's going to be.
That'll work.
Thank you once again. Join us every week for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora of Century 21 LeMac Realty here in Mountain Home. They are located where, Bob?
We're right across the street from McDonald's. That's where the main office is. And if you come into the office looking for us, ask for us. If you call the office, if you miss me giving the phone number, and you call the office, ask for the Z team. But the best thing to do is call my honey, 870-405-0793. She spins the plates.
There you go. We'll be back with Friday Sports in just a moment.
Hello, this is State Representative Jack Fortner. I know you've heard lots of misleading statements about me being a liberal and pro-choice. I assure you, I am neither. I have both the endorsement of the Arkansas Right to Life Council and Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who said Representative Jack Fortner is a conservative Republican who has a consistent record of conservative values. Ask anybody that knows me what kind of a man I am. I ask for your vote, and I thank you for your support. Jack Fortner.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
As a practicing attorney with 28 years of courtroom experience, it is important to me that we have honest, fair, and experienced judges. I'm Jody Carney, and as the next district judge for Baxter and Marion counties, I want to help keep our communities safe and provide professional and efficient administration of justice. Please allow me to provide this service by voting Jody Carney for district judge. Early voting begins May 9th and continues through Election Day on May 24th.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Hi, I'm Kevin Lee.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's Football Friday? No, it's Sports Friday. Football Friday is coming up. Spring football has started, and it's kind of got me with the itch.
We're wrapping up spring football today at Yellville, but it's been fun to watch all week. And
y'all do a spring game?
No. That's something that the AAA, I think, is going to allow. I don't know that they actually allow them right now or not, but there's a big push.
We're having one.
You are? Well, maybe they do.
Yeah, Mountain Home's going to be having one, I think, next week, I think. Anyway, my guest this morning is Coach Steve Jones, Athletic Director for Yellville Summit Public Schools, and he is here. We're going to talk all things Panther for a while.
All right. I love talking all things Panther.
You know, it has been, you haven't been on since March, believe it or not. It's been 8 weeks since you've been on, and it has been a busy 8 weeks.
Well, of course, springtime is a busy time of year for all schools, but we have, half a dozen sports going on at the same time. This year, no exception. Throughout March, April, and May, we're playing baseball, softball, have 4 track teams going, and it somewhat affiliated with the school, a trap team. Is this something Mountain Home does?
Yes.
Skeet shooting.
Yep.
So, it just keeps you hopping all the time. There's always somewhere to go, something to do, and fortunately, it's fun to watch because we had a good, successful spring. So, it was fun to get out and do those things.
Is trap considered just a club sport at this moment?
We're kind of in transition. It is at this moment a club sport and moving into under our umbrella of sports at Yellville Summit.
But you still have competitions, and there's still district level and that kind of thing that goes on with trap.
And they go to state. I can't tell you. I know we had one young man finish in the top 15 of state, and then the others all scored well. But you're talking about 100 kids or so that come from all over that go do that. So to be in the top 20 is pretty special.
Yeah. Club sports are fun, but they don't get the recognition as the sanctioned sports do.
Right, and a lot of times with club sports, if you want a sport to be sanctioned, you probably need to start with the club first to prove that there's interest, there's someone willing to coach it. Once that's proven, then you can kind of move on into let's become a sanctioned sport. And I know throughout high school and college there was always club teams, intramurals and stuff like that, and sometimes they moved on to actual teams.
When I was in school in Mountain Home in the 70s, my two favorite activities were club sports. One was weightlifting, and the other one was wrestling.
Right.
And when they finally made wrestling a sanctioned sport here, this coming year will be our 14th season.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We just finished the 13th season of sanctioned wrestling. I thought, man, I sure hope they have that when my kids go through.
Right.
Well, they didn't. My oldest boy missed it 2 years. My youngest boy missed it by a year. They graduated before they got it started. But
wow.
It's club sports are very important to an athletic program in the aspect that a trap shooter may not be interested in football, basketball, baseball, or track at this point. But a coach may see something in that trap shooter that may develop into being a multi-sport athlete.
You never know. I mean, of course, we talk about this all the time. If you're at Yellville, you're a multi-sport athlete.
Yeah, no doubt.
I can't name but maybe 5 kids who play one thing. Everybody does several sports.
But the surprising part is they do well in their academics too.
We have applied for. I don't know if we'll win or not, but we have applied for an academic state championship. We've turned in our couple of different teams we had, but our girls basketball team, for example, and I'm going to get this number a little bit wrong, but it'll be close. We had an overall GPA of like 3.97, the whole team. I mean, these literally are a bunch of rocket scientists.
Yeah, no kidding. Because their schedule is crazy.
Oh yeah.
They play basketball 3 nights a week.
3 nights a week, and all of them, a vast majority of them come straight from volleyball into basketball, and they play volleyball 3 nights a week. It's a grueling. This year our slogan for our school year was "The grind never ends," and that's a little bit untrue because it does end on May 31st, and we'll take a couple of weeks off. But truly, you're just going from one sport to another, and all the time.
Let's see. Have we visited since basketball season? We may have visited right
in
at
March,
the end
right towards the end of it.
So we haven't visited during track season. So let's talk about your 2 track teams.
Well, that's always the favorite thing to talk about. Well, before I get into that, I'll talk about baseball and softball just real quick because they had good years, but it wasn't track team good years. Baseball.
All right, so we'll save track for after the break. So let's talk baseball.
Okay, well, those are real short. Baseball team, finished in the upper half of the district, went on to regionals, got beaten regionals, and did not go to state, but still had a real good year.
Mm-hmm.
Softball, same story. Finished in the upper half of the district, went on to regionals, got beaten regionals. And regionals for 2A is, there's 48 teams to start with, and you cut it down to 24 at regionals, and then 12 or 16 at state. It kind of depends on how things shake out. But anyway, so that was that. Now track, you want me to start on that now?
Let's hold off on track.
Okay.
Let's talk about your regional tournaments. When is that decided, and how do you win a bid for that?
Okay, that's a good question. At the end of the regular season, I'll use baseball for my example. At the end of the regular season, there are 8 teams in our conference. So they get seeded 1 through 8, and you have what is called the conference tournament or the district tournament. And you have to finish in the top 4 to move on to regionals.
Okay.
So in regionals, I think I got the numbers wrong a while ago. I think it starts with 64 teams throughout the state, and regionals cuts it down to 32.
Okay.
So when you go to regionals now, if you're top 4 in your district, you play another district. We're in the West region, which meant we went to, do you know where Mansfield, Arkansas is? Okay. That's where we went for our regional tournament, and we played down there, and actually we played Lavaca. And it matches up, our 1, 2, 3, and 4 will play the 4, 3, 2, 1 from the other side, and so our 1s are matched with the 4 and so forth. And anyway, we went down there and played a good game. lost it late in the game, and that's it. Coming home now, but it was fun. It's fun to go regionals.
But my question is, who determines, or when is it determined where that regional tournament will be played?
Oh, okay. You bid on it.
Okay.
So if we know we're playing, well, you know who you're matched up with, and one year it will be, say, Conference A's, they'll get to pick, and they will bid on it. And say if two teams from that conference want to host the tournament, then they have to go before the AAA, and here's why we should get to host it. AAA will decide. If it's our district's turn to host it, usually just one team wants to. In fact, our district tournament was hosted by Cotter this year.
Okay.
But you'll bid on it the same way. 3 years ago we hosted the state volleyball tournament at Yellville, and we had to go before the board. It's a kind of a frightening deal. They're all sitting up on a stage, and you make your pitch. Here's why we should get to host it. And went real well. We got to. But that's how that's determined.
There you go. All right. 7:45, we'll take a quick break. We've got Coach Steve Jones, Athletic Director, Yellville Summit Panthers. We'll be back in just a minute.
Hi, I'm Kevin Liddy. I'm running for the office of Baxter County Judge. Over the last 28 years, I've served the citizens of Baxter County while working with the Mountain Home Police Department. I am passionate about the citizens and its employees, and I'd like to keep moving Baxter County forward. In the last few years, our county's infrastructure has greatly improved, and I would like to keep moving us forward. I'm Kevin Liddy. I ask for your vote in the Republican primary on May 24th.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
My name is John Montgomery. 18 years ago, you hired me as your Baxter County Sheriff. My management team and I have worked hard to make the Sheriff's Office a premier law enforcement agency. I believe that transparency is the greatest form of public trust. As a result, my guiding principles of honesty, integrity, and professionalism have shaped the direction of our office. Working for the citizens of Baxter County has been the greatest privilege of my professional career. I have much more to do for you and the Sheriff's Office, and I respectfully ask for your vote on May 24th.
Hi, it's Bob Zdora, the Z-Team at Century 21 LeMac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
It's a matter of
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Coach Steve Jones, Athletic Director of Yellville Summit Panthers. We're going to talk, there's a lot of stuff to talk about here. Track.
I agree, yes.
Boys and girls track at Yellville Panthers has been an exciting thing.
Well, all I can say is just settle in, and I'll get started.
All right, let her rip.
This year, again, and this is I want to say the third year in a row this happened, we swept all four junior boys, senior boys, junior girls, senior girls, one district, and all four track teams right there. And senior boys and senior girls, I'll move on to them. We qualified, and I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but it was over 30 kids for state between boys and girls. Our boys and girls both scored in the neighborhood of 300 points at the track meet, at the district track meet. So, from first place to second place is like this, and then kind of everybody else. It was just, and I don't mean this to be rude or anything, but we literally just ran away with it, which is kind of an appropriate term for a track. Yeah. We ran away with it. So we take all these young people to state, and we go to state. This is 2 weeks ago at Quitman. Our girls, we honestly didn't know how things were going to shake out. We were state champions in 2021, and we thought, well, we've got a pretty good shot at it this year. And the fact of the matter is, we actually had the state track meet won before the last 2 or 3 events. We didn't tell the kids that, though. We wanted them to compete hard in the rest of the events, and they did. And our girls 4x4 team, 4x400, they won first place in the state. They won gold in that event. And we had other successful kids there too. What was a real surprise, we knew our boys would be top 5, but they actually finished runner-up, and it was pretty close. So that was even a little more than we expected. So now we go on from that. We take our athletes to the meet of champs. Now this is 7A through single A, and it's tough when you're a 2A school to go compete against the Springdales and the Mountain Homes and the Little Rock schools. But they went down there and did real well, and I can't tell you exactly how they finished, but in the upper echelon of this group. And then you wrap up track season with the heptathlon and decathlon, and this happened over the last 2 days. We took 2 boys and 2 girls. Our boys, our highest finishing boy was a young man named Lucas McVeigh, and he finished 15th. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I don't believe any 2 or 3A school finished ahead of him. He also set a Yellville Summit School record for points scored in that event. Our other young man did not finish in the top 30, but still had a pretty good showing. And our girls, the girl that finished the highest from Yellville was Cambry Gibson, and you've had her on here before.
No, we haven't. We've talked about her a lot, but we haven't had her on. We're going to do that, though, one of these days.
I thought, actually, probably didn't have her on, but you did
we did a Zoom
from Yellville last year, and she was a part of that, but she finished 15th, and again, I'll go out on a limb here and say no 1, 2, or 3A school finished ahead of her. Anybody that did was from Springdale or from Fort Smith or whatever, and she just had an outstanding day. And she's just a junior, so she'll be back next year for that. But and it gets even better because we took another girl, KJ Moore, who finished 30th. And again, this is out of a field of like 88.
Yeah.
So this finishing 30th sounds like, well, 30th, but when you look at who all is there and how many people you're competing against, it's pretty well. She's just a sophomore. So we are looking at, good things from both of them next year. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to think that Cambry could compete for a heptathlon title next year. There's some things, again, and that's, I don't want to be braggy because we are going to be going up against every school in the state, but I think she's got a good shot at it.
People need to understand that these events at the heptathlon are not ones that these girls are used to doing. Not every event have they participated in through the whole track season.
Mm-hmm. Well, for example, both Cambry Gibson and KJ Moore I would identify them as sprinters and jumpers. They high jump, they long jump, they run 100-meter dash. At the heptathlon, they have to throw a discus. And they don't spend the whole season practicing the discus.
Right.
They spend a couple of weeks getting ready for it. I know that both of them are going to practice it over the summer this year because that is probably their weakest event. Mm-hmm. And I'm speculating a little bit here. So they come back much stronger in the discus next year, and that makes them better overall.
Let's not forget to mention Caden Curtis. He
Yes.
did participate. He rolled his hip, was not able to finish up after a portion of the decathlon.
Got hurt. He probably would have finished in the top 30, I believe. Caden Curtis in 2021 was a state champion pole vaulter. In 2022, he was runner-up to his teammate Lucas McVeigh. That's hard to do sometimes. You want to win so bad, and you don't, and your friend does. So you're happy for them. But at the same time, there's a little bit of like, it hurts you to get beat. But Caden Curtis, he's an outgoing senior. He's a state champion and state runner-up. That's a pretty good gig right there. He done a pretty good job. And of course, Lucas McVeigh was, a state champion this year in the pole vault.
And Caden rolled his ankle in the high jump, I believe. Triple jump.
Okay, I knew he got injured, and again, it's an event he's not used to doing all the time. And
I don't understand the triple jump anyway, do you?
Now, you're not supposed to ask me questions that I can't answer. Well, to me, it looks like a hop, skip, and a jump. I don't know.
I've never heard it.
You know who was never asked to triple jump? Me.
You?
Never. No one looked at me and said, that guy's a triple jumper.
It's like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Triple jump.
It almost sounds made up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But, I had a knee surgery last year, and I asked the doctor before I went into the operation, I said, when this is over, will I be able to dunk? And he looked at me up and down and said, no. And that hurt my feelings a little bit. But the same way about triple jumping.
Hey, let's look forward to just a little bit, Coach.
Okay.
You've got a fundraiser coming up.
Yes, sir.
The Yellville Summit Golf Tournament will be held where?
The Yellville Summit Athletic Department Golf Tournament will be held at Diamond Hills and Diamond City. That is June, what did I tell you, 18th? June 18th on a Saturday. You can register there. And if not, we have forms online you can print off and register, or contact me at the school. And my email address is easy to find. You just go to the school website, type in Steve Jones, and it'll pop up for you. Anyway, anybody that wants to play, we're certainly welcome. And I can't give you the prices off the top of my head, but we have several sponsors lined up, so we're going to have some good prizes. We're going to have some door prizes and things like that. And it's just a fun day.
Don't have to be a professional golfer to participate.
No, well,
you just got to have a check that won't bounce.
That helps a lot. If your check will clear the bank, you can play.
There you go.
No, we're looking forward to that. That's always a big time.
And that's going to be June the 18th at Diamond City at Diamond Hills Country Club.
Yes, sir. 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., maybe 9 a.m.
It'll benefit all the sports programs at Yellville Summit.
Actually, everything we raise here, we'll take about 50% of it and put back into prizes. So there's good prizes to win. The rest of it will go straight into the general athletic fund and will benefit every sport.
Every student athlete out there will benefit from
this.
Yes,
sir.
So are you limited on how many teams can participate?
We probably are, but it would be such a high number that it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, I don't know how many teams we'll have this year. We did this 8 or 9 years ago when Bull Shoals had a golf course. When it stopped, we kind of let it go by the wayside. So we're starting it all over again now.
The golf tournament seemed to be the fundraiser of the time because Cotter, I believe, has one tomorrow.
Yes, they do.
At Twin Lakes Golf Course. So if you want to get a little pre-workout in, go support them. We're not beyond supporting all the public schools around the area, but keep in mind the one at June 18th in Diamond City to support the Yellville Panthers. It's pretty exciting. Anything else you can talk about? You got some. You lost a couple coaches. Got a couple coaches being interviewed. You got some things going on with the personnel? We only got a minute. So
one coach resigned to take a job at Mountain Home. He's coming back home. I totally get that. Another coach resigned just from the coaching because he's going to move into probably administration of some kind. And so yes, we're in the process of interviewing. We are also in the process of doing some groundwork on the south end of our football field and putting in a new practice field. We're pretty fired up about that. Getting new lockers in the football field house. So, we've talked about this before. We're just in a constant
always
upgrade,
growing, always
trying to make things better.
Yeah, that's awesome. The bleachers are done.
Bleachers are done for now. I'm hoping that we have to add some more in 2 years.
Looking forward.
Yeah, that's a big goal of mine.
I tell you, they draw a good crowd, and as they win and things are going.
We doubled our win total in 2021 from 2022, and made the playoffs. Now we're moving up to 3A. Got a little tougher row to hoe, but when we started football season last year, we had one kid who could squat 300 pounds. We have 15 now. Now we want to have 30, but that's moving in the right direction.
Coach, we're going to have you back on the 10th of June, and
Awesome.
we're going to talk about the golf tournament. We'll talk about preseason football. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Monday.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.